Just finishing up a snack here and waiting for people to join me. And I don't see that there's anybody in the room. And that's okay too. Well, looks like there's one person. I guess that's okay too. Hello to that one person who's in the room. No, I'm just doing this spontaneous live because I knew I was not going to sleep tonight, and I might make something out of it. And here we are, and I lost that one person. Figures. Yeah. Story of my life. And look, there's a person here again. I don't know if it's the same person, but yeah, as I said, I knew I wasn't going to sleep tonight, so I thought I would come online and just see what I could accomplish here. So just waiting, hoping that more people will gather. Oh, hey, Jan. Hey, Reggie. Glad to see you. We got 2 people now. Yay! Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know, Reggie, it's morning over there. Here it's still the middle of the night. Jan, I don't remember where you are. So are you in the in Europe or are you in North America? But anyway, as I was saying, I knew I wasn't going to sleep tonight, so I thought I would come online and see if I could do something useful. And oh, Jan, you're in California, so it's 11:34 there. Oh, hey, AJ, glad to see you. It's 11:34 there too, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because yeah, I was just saying that I knew I wasn't going to sleep tonight, so thought I'd come online and see if I could do something useful. And here we are, indeed. Yep. How is everything in San Diego? How are those adorable children of yours, AJ? And how's that wifey blanket coming? And Reggie, how are your adorable kitties? So that's I'm just just got going a few minutes ago. I don't know who's staying and who's going, and I don't know what's really going on. I never know what's going on. So I don't know. So I don't know. Oh, good to hear about the wifey blanket. Yeah, 2/3 done. There was. I hope you didn't mind that I made that joke the other day that you were superstitious and afraid to finish it. Hey, Suzanne Wallen. Oh my goodness! A little an accident. Well, I'm glad that you say he recovered from it, but Yeah, as a mom, it takes a while, doesn't it? Yeah. I've never been a mom. I've never been a dad, but I have a little bit of empathy for my fellow human beings. Just a little bit. But, if you quote me on that, I'll deny that I ever said it. Um, so, yeah, yeah. So, anyway, glad to see people in here. And so, as I was saying, I've just been, I knew I wasn't going to sleep tonight. So, I just thought I would get online and see if I could do something useful. And so, what do you all have on your hooks, and what's in your cups? Um, what am I working on right now? I am actually. I always have a blue hat of some sort on the hook. I'm in the middle of doing a tutorial for a hat that I really need to get posted so that it can go live on Friday, because that Friday is when I do tutorials usually. Although I'm going to change so that Friday is a rotating format, so that I might do tutorials once a month, and I might do a live once a month, and I might do an interview once a month, and I'll be calling on you, Reggie, for that. And I might do who knows what else, but because I think I might have been putting a little bit too much pressure on myself as far as tutorials go. And I really do enjoy the lives, and I enjoy the interviews. I really love doing interviews. I mean, even when I was writing about opera, I loved doing interviews and writing those up. And I was able to interview some big name singers, and I got published um, in places other than my own blog when I was doing that. So I'm hoping that this will work further. Um, there was, I heard that there was an online publication that was looking for contributors. So I wrote to them and I said, I love to do interviews and that sort of thing with people. And I showed them the kind of opera interviews I had done, and they said, no thanks, don't want you, goodbye. The very same day as when I started my crochet blog. I decided I can write. People like my writing. I don't need them. Exactly, J Hook, yeah. And at one point, my aim was to do a 60-second tutorial short on Mondays and a full-length tutorial on Fridays. And well, it didn't take me long to abandon the Monday shorts, and then I started doing my Monday men, and I really, really love doing those interviews and meeting all these great people, including AJ, who is in the room now. He was my Monday man for this week. It sounds a little, well, actually, everything sounds naughty when it comes out of my mouth, but it sounds a little naughty when I say it that way. But he was my Monday man for this week. And next week I have another one whom most people will find quite fascinating. And I've been talking to other people, lining other people up for future Mondays. And that's the sort of thing that excites me. So if I do, I was thinking of, since I'm doing men on Mondays, I was thinking of doing once a month, doing women who are prominent in the field on Fridays. And there are so many more women who have really prominent stature and do really great work out there that I'm sort of spoiled for choice. And so many of them, in other contexts, when I have communicated with them for other reasons, they have been very kind to me and actually have some of them have shouted me out. Someone told me, actually, didn't Creative Grandma? Now, I know Creative Grandma shouted me out a couple of weeks ago, and I was very honored then. But someone said, I think it was just yesterday, that she had done it again. Is that true? I don't know. I haven't been looking at her videos so much lately, but I have to go and look now. But I mean, someone like Creative Grandma, or Reggie from J Hook Crochet, or I have been in communication with Pamela's Adoring Crochet. I have been in communication with Crystal from Bag O' Day. In fact, for my upcoming giveaway for the Hat Not Hate contest, I wrote to her to ask, could I have a pattern to include as a prize? She she gave me her thumb drive. Her thumb drive. So I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with I've gotten some lovely recognition from people, and I think I'm overwhelmed and humbled at the same time. And so when my Hat Not Hate contest, actually, someone must have done it recently, because just yesterday I saw a whole bunch of new comments on that Hat Not Hate post. So someone must have done it recently, which is very good. I sort of regret doing it as a community post rather than as a video, because as a video I could have gained watch hours from it, but lessons learned. I can go on living. But Nightbot has very good timing, doesn't Nightbot? Anyway, my hope is that when that contest ends toward the end of July, I will also have reached monetization, so I can have a joint party where I will count the hats live. And because I'm not counting them until then, honestly, I'm not. I will get somebody else to do a pre-count for me, but not tell me what that count is. Hi, Whisper, glad to see you. But yeah, I'm not counting on. Okay, I will have somebody else count before I do the count. I'm going to, if I can make it work, going to do the count live during a live stream, and then I will, if I can figure out how to do in StreamYard the dual screen thing, show you my selection process, because at that point I will have all of the guesses compiled into a spreadsheet and be able to sort them. Because I spent many years in the business world. I know from Excel spreadsheets. Hello, Christine Johnstone. Welcome in. Have we met? Forgive my poor memory if we have. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So my hope is to have a joint Hat Not Hate and monetization party toward the end of July. It might be on a weekend. Let me just quickly look at the calendar and see what July looks like. Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to, right now, I am going to, where have you gone? There you are. Okay, I am going to say that on July 25th, that's going to be my Hat Not Hate party. If it is also a monetization party, even better. I hope that by then I will be monetized. I've been working like a person who works very hard to get the watch hours that I need for monetization. Because I'm happy with the number of subscribers that I have. Of course, I never say no to a new subscriber. But also, um, I'm working toward watch hours, and so that's why you see a lot of me. And honestly, I enjoy this. I I like doing this. I like doing YouTube. I like doing lives. I'm about, Reggie is asking how many watch hours I need. I need another 1,000, honestly. I'm just under 3,000 and I need 4,000. Hey, crocheting around New Zealand. The puppy lady. Oh, I'm sorry. I have not looked at your video yet and I feel bad now for that. But I love puppies. I mean, yeah, like that's a big surprise. Um, you mentioned that one of the cats on your thumbnail's name is David. Oh, okay. On Kelly's live. Okay. I think I understand that. She's growing so fast. The puppy? Oh, great. Oh, thank you, Reggie. Yeah. Yeah. But one thing I learned from your live stream last week is about keeping your um, watch lists or your playlists updated. I mean, some of us, particularly in the Dana and Joe community, we have this playlist buddy system going on where we have, like, each of us has a playlist of a minimum of 20 hours. I just actually add anything new to that playlist. But, and then we, on the buddy list, we just, actually, there hasn't come out a new buddy list, but we're still expected to rotate based on the lists that we have um, to play each other's playlists. And there is another device in this room, and I actually I use a different Google ID to play those other lists quite often. Um, and but at the same time, if you have already played those videos, then a second playing is not going to count. That's what I'm saying, Reggie. So you have to watch videos that you didn't before. That's why I'm always putting out new stuff. So, and adding it to my PP20 playlist 20 um, um, playlist, I guess you would say, um, to yeah. Well, crocheting around New Zealand. Do you know Dana and Joe, creatively created crochet? Um, yeah. Does it work the same for the phone? Do you mean as a viewing device? The thing about a phone, I would think, is that it goes to sleep, which would, turn your YouTube app to sleep as well. So you can't really leave it running all the time. Hello, YTFP Chris. Hi, who knows you? Anyway, so anyway, yeah, I started this conversation by saying that I'm working on getting monetized. So I'm working on my watch hours. Well, Reggie, what you suggest is a playlist called something like "Help Me with My Hours" is exactly the purpose of the buddy list system that Joe and Dana created, where the playlist is called PP20 because it's generally supposed to be about 20 hours worth. Um, so anyway, I just put the StreamYard link if anybody wants to come up and join me. Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, I do get concerned when I run people's playlists more than once, whether it's really going to count. Um, because and people have talked about clearing your YouTube history. That might mean clearing your browser history or something. The boat you go being put up. Oh, I see. Yeah. Usually, what I do when I go to somebody's, I just click play all, and I think that it starts from the most recent and works back, or it might start from the oldest and work forward. But since I'm using a separate device and a separate Google ID, I'm hoping that it works um, some benefit toward people. Anyway, what else is going on with people? It's just before 3 in the morning here. Oh, a crochet cruise. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the crochet crowd used to do crochet cruises. But even before the pandemic, they were starting to move more toward land-based um, destination events rather than cruises. Because, oh, hi Liz, glad to see you. But because I think that there were so many variables with cruises. I've never been on a cruise myself, so I don't know, but I can understand how there might be a huge number of variables with cruises that might not be there with a destination event, say at Disney World or some other convention area in Florida or Southern California or who knows where. I know that they're in Halifax? Is that where Mikey is now? The crochet crowd? Yeah. Oh, crocheting around New Zealand says it's the puppy's toilet time. Yeah. So, AJ, you get off work at midnight over there? Mm. Yeah, sleep. I remember what it was like to sleep. Mm. Actually, I did 2 or 3 of these spontaneous late night lives last week, and then I was so worn out, I sort of slept all weekend, and then people got concerned because they didn't see me, and they were emailing me, David, are you okay? Um, which was very nice, actually, very nice indeed. A survey boat? Ooh, I've never been boating at all. Um, never, never at all. Maybe once or twice on something like an hour-long cruise around Lake Superior or something like that. But aside that, never been on a boat. Um, or like a ferry across Lake Champlain. That was interesting. But I would find it interesting. And actually, back in the day, before pandemics and disasters, um, I had people who recommended cruise ships as a mode of travel because they apparently loved that kind of travel. And I never did it. I always thought it would be fun to at least try it once. My ex wasn't convinced. He thought it looked like being imprisoned on water, which it sort of was, but imprisoned with gourmet food, tons of alcohol, and live entertainment on water with no internet access, and everything you buy costs a small fortune. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. That sounds sort of fun. Reggie is talking about a disco boat, and I've had friends who took that sort of thing when I was living in New York, and actually I did take one of those cruises around um, the lower end of Manhattan on a boat, and the scenery was beautiful. And honestly, um, you will never see a better view of the Statue of Liberty than you will from the Staten Island Ferry, which goes back and forth between the lower end of Manhattan and Staten Island, as you might imagine. But that is the very best view of the Statue of Liberty. And if you happen to catch it at twilight, even now it makes me misty. It's just amazing. Oh, goodness gracious. Mm. New Zealand, I assume you're saying that sometimes you can't catch your puppy, and that's the one who's naughty. Yeah. I really need to watch your videos, New Zealand. I feel bad for not having seen any yet. So I did put the StreamYard link. I'll put it again if anybody wants to come up. Yeah, the Ellis Island ferry is good. You go to Ellis Island, you go to Liberty Island, and you see, the exhibits there. But the view of the Statue of Liberty from the Staten Island ferry is amazing, just amazing. Much better than from those other two cruises where, well, actually, usually it's from Lower Manhattan to Ellis Island to Liberty Island and then back to that point in Lower Manhattan, which is a great thing to do. And in fact, when I was living in New York, I really enjoyed it when people would come to visit me because that was when I got to see some of the most beautiful things that New York had to offer. Ooh, that sounds great, New Zealand. I have seen videos of New Zealand before, and I know it's a perfectly beautiful place, and I would love to visit one day. In fact, I would rather visit New Zealand than Australia, but don't tell our Australian friends.
Hi. I just
Hello.
got some coffee. I'm not fully awake yet.
I'm never fully awake, and I've learned to live with that.
I've been up and about and working already for the past 3 hours. Still not
Really?
awake.
It's only 8 o'clock there. No, 9 o'clock, right?
9.
Yeah.
9. Yeah, Marco woke me up at 5:15 a.m.
Oh, because he was getting ready for work?
Yeah. I was
Mhm.
not happy about being woken up though.
I'm quite sure.
So I was like,
But I'm
what?
also quite sure that you're very skilled at making your displeasure known.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he knew that I was not too happy about
Yeah.
that. So,
Reggie
but yeah,
agrees with me about living in a tourist city. You never see things unless people come to visit you as tourists.
yeah,
And yeah, I
because
had a friend.
we tend to think of Holland as boring, just plain flat Holland. And
Oh, I
then
would
you
never
have
say
friends
that.
coming over, and then you take them out to all kinds of things, and then you're like, nah, actually, it's not that bad.
Yeah, exactly. I
But
love.
because you
Hello,
live here,
Renee.
you
I
do.
didn't see you come in, but yeah, I my experience with Holland is that it's just beautiful. But
Well, it kind of depends where. It kind
well,
of
that's like
depends
with
on
any
which side of
country.
Holland you're
Yeah,
in.
yeah. What was I going to say? Must have been a lie. Um,
And if it was
Aniwa.
important, it will pop back up in a bit.
Yeah, and somebody else's life, no doubt. Um, so Aniwa. Um,
My to-do list for today.
hmm, yeah, my to-do list never gets completely to done.
Well, this is going to be done. All of it is going to be done today, and then I'll be done dyeing yarn for the rest of the week. So, and then I still have to hang up everything and pack it up.
Oh, Renee is saying that Creative Grandma did indeed give me another shout out, and that's how she found me. I
Oh,
didn't.
awesome.
Yeah, someone else hinted at that, and I saw a lot of activity on my Hat Not Hate uh, post, a lot of new comments there. So I thought
Yeah,
something was going on, but I have not seen Creative Grandma's
I haven't
uh,
seen her video yet.
video. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we love her. She's perfectly lovely. Did you
Really?
see her first video after she had had surgery? And she was,
No, I didn't see that yet because
it
I
was like,
seriously have some catching up to do on her.
yeah, it was like a month and a half ago or something like that. And she was, very, very thankful for all the cards and emails and gifts that she had received. And she said that she
You
could
sent
not
her
individual.
kind of one of your
Sorry.
cards, right? You sent her one of your cards, right? One
Exactly.
with
That's
the
that's where
yeah.
that's where I'm going with this. She held up a stack of cards with my postcard on the bottom, showing it, and
Oh,
she
that is
didn't
cool.
say anything about it.
Like
She said, "This
no,
is
but the
these
logo
are all
is
the cards
enough.
that I got, and I cannot answer all of them individually, either offline or right here." But she held up the stack, and there was my postcard on the bottom, and she did it twice. And
Oh,
she knew what she was doing, no doubt. And then a week
oh
later,
for
she
sure.
she shouted me out um,
Oh, that is
as
awesome.
a content creator, and then apparently she's done it again. So I
Oh,
mean,
that
I
is
owe her a
absolutely
huge
awesome.
debt of gratitude. I mean,
Yeah,
there are a lot of people who are much more established than I am, who have been very, very kind to me.
yeah. And well, that is the great thing about this community is basically everybody that is super established is still interacting with everybody that is not that big of a channel.
Oh my goodness. AJ is saying she made a Hat Not Hate video with me in the thumbnail.
Oh, whoa, awesome.
I
Let me
have to
check it
go
out.
and look for that. I have to go and look for that right now, in fact.
Yeah, I'm doing this exact same thing because I'm like, I need to see that.
Let's see. Of course, my Bluetooth keyboard has gone inactive. It goes to sleep whenever I want to use it.
Yep. Shout out David Browning's Hat Not Hate contest. Visit David's channel to enter.
Oh my goodness
It's
gracious.
it's an 8-minute video and it has your shout out bearded yarn dudes hat not hate contest learn more and then it says hashtag hat not hate.
Wow.
She posted that 11 hours ago. I need to watch that in a bit, so I got that one open on a different tab, because that is awesome. That is like
That is okay.
yeah,
I'm looking it
exactly,
up.
Reggie. But in other communities I've seen, like in the music industry,
Oh my
David, you
goodness
know that in the
gracious!
music industry, you do not get that. You do not
No,
get
you
shout outs
don't.
from the
Oh
big
my
ones
God!
for smaller channels. So this is freaking awesome.
Was that entire video about me? I have to go and look at it. Oh my goodness gracious!
It is about your contest, I think. I haven't watched it yet.
I mean, I see it now on her list, and there's my sort of silly portrait there, the caricature thing,
But
and
it has your name, it has your brand on it. Like
oh my
really?
goodness!
That is freaking awesome.
Oh my gosh! That is so amazing. I knew there had to be an explanation why I was getting so much more traffic, and people were hey Linda, glad to see
Good
you.
morning, Linda.
Um, yeah, I knew there had to be a reason that somebody must have mentioned me, but that is so
Yeah,
amazing.
but this is awesome. This is beyond
Oh,
mentioning. This is an entire video dedicated to your contest.
oh my God. Yeah,
And
and
I
Renee
mean,
says that's one of the reasons.
and she's one of the really big channels.
Exactly, exactly. She's
I mean,
wonderful. She's one of the
I think
ones I've been watching for a very long time, and
I
I've
think
I've
there's
actually
only like
learned a lot from
three.
her as well. I
I
Yeah,
think there's
go
don't you think
ahead.
there's like three of those big channels in general, like those really big ones?
Well, for
There's like
me,
three or four.
it would be Crystal Bag of Day, Fiber
Yeah,
Spider, and probably Creative Grandma and the Secret Yarnery.
yeah, but that like it's not. There's like a handful of them. There's not that
Exactly.
many that are that big.
Those are the ones I would call the biggest.
Yeah,
Um,
and Jaden Stitches as well.
and also, close second would be Pamela's Adoring Crochet.
Yeah,
Um,
those like the really big ones, like over 200,000. I think that's like maybe three, and that's it. There's not the rest are big, but not that big.
yeah.
Those are like
So
huge
yeah.
channels. And
So
she has a
and
huge channel, so is she giving you that rub basically like, hey, look at him?
yeah, I think that's wonderful. I think it's I'm I'm sort of floored. Um,
Yeah.
so I have to email her tomorrow and just express my undying thanks. I mean, I have already emailed her, and she's very, very kind. Well, all of them are. They're all very
Yeah.
kind. I have the only mean people I have met in the crochet community, and there are very, very few. And there are people who are just trolls, really,
Oh
not
yeah.
people, not channel owners, but just people who are looking for attention in like a chat like this or something else.
Yeah.
Um, friend of
It's
mine,
crazy.
yeah, a friend of mine with a relatively new channel yesterday shared a an unkind comment that he had received with me, and I told him the first thing I told him was to correct that person's grammar and just
Oh,
let it stand.
I know
Um,
exactly who, and I know the comment because he
and
showed
we
me.
don't need to talk about it. But and
No.
by the time I was asleep apparently when it happened, but by the time I got his message and replied, he had already like deleted the whole thing, which of course is also a responsible thing to do. I myself would have corrected that person and just left it there to mock that
Yeah.
person.
Oh,
And
that
if
would be
anybody
me.
else had like attached that person, I would have probably deleted those responses because you know it that wouldn't have mattered as much as just letting it stand there
Yeah.
with one comment
One
that showed how ignorant that person was.
Yeah, one knife sharp comment is more than enough to make them look
And
like the
I'm
idiots.
good at those knife sharp comments.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I have that's like I said, I have no issue placing those comments myself and
Yeah.
make them go cry in a corner somewhere. Like,
Yeah. Actually, I think it was yesterday, you said that in my chats you have like deleted comments
well,
that I was not aware were there,
those
right?
were, yeah, but those were really rude. And I'm like, you do not need that negativity in your life.
Yeah.
Gone.
So,
Like,
yeah. Well,
but
I'm
those
glad
are,
that you did
well,
that, but
that
I sort
means
of
you've
wish I
made it.
didn't know you had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that means you've made it. If you get haters, that means you've made it.
I
Simple.
know, but
And
yeah.
I laugh it off because it's just jealousy, petty jealousy. That's it.
It doesn't matter. The motivation doesn't matter. What matters is the behavior. And if it's bad behavior, there are consequences.
Yeah.
I don't care why they're doing it. They don't know and they don't
Mm.
care themselves why they're doing it. But what I care about is the behavior and the consequences.
Is this better because they're talking about my mic volume?
It is better actually.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah, to
need a
me you've
better
always
mic.
been yeah, I know. To me you've always been loud enough. But
They're talking
actually
about it in the chat, so I'm like, okay.
I actually just yesterday I discovered how to adjust my own mic volume. And people said, "Oh yes, yes, much better."
Um, it is clearer now. I could understand you perfectly before. That was never an issue.
Uh-huh.
It's just it's more clear now.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and I use StreamYard to record some of my pre-recorded videos because
Yeah.
I have issues with like my phone, which actually gives me better quality, but I have issues transferring files from the phone to the computer. But I think I figured that out, so that I might have to stop, or I might be able to stop using StreamYard for that.
Oh, okay.
Um, but anyway.
Thank you, Reggie.
Yeah,
Now, I had
exactly.
the mic turned down, actually, because that's other lives I was told the mic was too loud, so that's why I had turned it down.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it was the mic.
No, it was just the mic. It was loud,
That was a
not
dig.
me. Yeah, I know, and I'm ignoring it. Don't you? Do you really think that that went over my head? No, 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 no,
No, not really.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
no.
Not happening.
Um, anyway, I'm glad you're all here. I was a little cranky when we started, and now I'm in a much better mood.
Why were you cranky?
It doesn't matter.
Not important.
Mm, in the terms of the Grant Creators Plan, no.
Then let it go.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Let us call it a misunderstanding. But moving right along.
Misunderstandings are never good.
Yeah. Linda seems to be surprised that I would ever be cranky.
I've seen you cranky before.
No, I know you have. Yeah. Renee says she loves contests but appreciates tutorials and supporting crochet channels by liking and subscribing. Yeah. I do tutorials. I'm learning that they're not my favorite thing to do. So, were you here, Barb, when I was saying that I'm probably going to transition from doing a tutorial every Friday to just having a rotating format on Fridays with maybe one tutorial a
Yeah,
month and then maybe an interview, maybe a live, maybe something else.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it will put less pressure on you because
Yeah.
then you can create because you want to create, not because I need to make another tutorial.
Exactly.
That pressure,
Exactly.
that's putting pressure on you that is not wanted.
I enjoy doing lives. I en- I like doing them a lot more than I do the pre-recorded um, videos. I
Yeah,
still do the ideally, well, the Monday Men interviews, although they are edited, they're like lives
yeah,
because they're real life conversations. But other than that, if I start doing lives on Fridays, then the only recorded things I will be doing would be the Sunday readings, which, and I do enjoy doing those as well.
yeah.
And, maybe a once a month tutorial on Fridays. I have to figure out a plan for that.
Yeah, but I mean, once a month will at least take the pressure off, and you'll still be doing videos on Friday or lives or whatever. So
Exactly.
that will, it does not decrease your activity by not doing them every week because you're doing something
Exactly.
else.
Exactly. Exactly. Now,
And we love just sitting here talking yarn, talking crochet, talking everything.
yeah, I really enjoy the lives because, frankly, when I came back to Wilmington, it was just about when the pandemic started.
Yeah,
So I don't have a social life here. You people are my social life. You know.
same.
Um,
Although I've lived here for 11 years, I have no social contacts in this hick town.
mm, mm.
Well, this is a hick town in the middle. I call it a hick town because it's a farmer's town, but it's really clicky.
Now, was it
Only
yesterday you?
those.
Yeah, yesterday you mentioned Eindhoven. Is that
Eindhoven, yeah.
Eindhoven? Yeah, is that where you are or near where you are?
That's near where I am. I'm
Okay.
about 20 minutes below Eindhoven.
Yeah, a company that I used to work for was international, and they had a location in Eindhoven, and I'm sure it would never have worked out, but I would love to have um, transferred there. They also have it in London and all over
Yeah.
the world. But in fact, I think
Eindhoven is a technology town, so
well,
I
that's what
don't.
it was. That I was in technology in the printing
Yeah.
industry and technology. So Reggie loves Eindhoven. I've never been there actually. I had a friend. Oh, where did he live? It was near Köln, um, a little bit north of Köln, and I can't remember the name of the town, which is horrible. But back in the day, um, I had this horrible habit of falling in love with men who were on the other side of the world and completely unavailable. So I got a little better and started falling in love with men on my side of the world who were completely unavailable. And then
Well, it's
actually,
one step closer.
I know, I actually, surprise, surprise, I sort of caught one and spent 14 years with him. Who knew that was going to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't, certainly. But anyway, so this one was, it was just over the border, and I can't remember the name of the town. And as soon as we leave this chat, it'll probably come back to me. But it doesn't matter. But I love that uh, NRW area, um, Nordrhein-Westfalen, correct?
North Rhine-Westphalia. That's where
Ja,
Reggie lives.
natürlich. Ja,
That's where
ja.
Reggie lives. Reggie lives in North Rhine-Westphalia.
Aha.
And just over the border. I mean, there's plenty of towns just over the border.
Renee says also gives an opportunity for someone to actually do a project from the tutorial rather than daily or weekly tutorials. Yeah, actually, people do tell me that my tutorials help them, that I explain things well. And I think my history, um, well, I was going to be a teacher at one point, and then I was going to be a voice teacher, and
Hmm.
having had um, a, a whole bunch of different teachers myself, and also witnessed other teachers as a piano accompanist, I learned a lot of different ways to explain concepts, and then in the corporate world, I was a business analyst where I would break things down and explain them in writing in what I intended to be a very clear way. So I think
Yeah.
that helps me. Oh, hey, Lisa, glad to see you.
Well, it
Um,
certainly helps you word it better than most.
yeah, I has words, as I say to people. Yeah,
Yes.
I can write,
You
and I
you got you got words. Oh, I have to go.
I'm glad you were here. So, it's okay if you have to step down. Um, So I'm going to put the StreamYard link up again if anybody else wants to come up. Oh, goodness. Oh, Reggie, what are you saying about do's and don'ts? I think I came into a middle of a conversation. Anyway, I put the link up there if anybody else wants to come up. Yeah. So I am pleased as punch that Creative Grandma shouted me out and my not hate contest as well. Nightbot has impeccable timing once again. So anyway, here we are. We're having a good time. As far as what's on my hook right now, as usual, I have a blue hat in process, and I have a design in process, and I have a gift in process. And I'm bored with all three of them. I need some excitement. Excite me, people. Oh, cornflakes. Oh gosh, cornflakes. How very boring. My favorite morning breakfast cereal is Raisin Bran, I think. Reggie, I shall design something new. And actually, with this rotating format, once I get this week's tutorial in the can, and by golly, I'm not going to give up on it now. I've been working on it for 2 days. Um, but once I get this week's tutorial in the can, I'm gonna go to this rotating thing. And Reggie and Linda, you can both, and Lisa as well, you can both count on me to approach you for live conversations or recorded interviews, one or the other. Let's say. So Lisa, from your campaign that started last night, how many have you gained? Well, everybody and his brother has seen. Reggie is asking about Daniel's yarn. Everybody and his brother has seen this, which, because it wasn't a large skein, but also because I meant it just for myself, it's going to be a scarf. I live in coastal North Carolina. We don't need scarves. I don't care. But this is perfectly beautiful. Look at those colors. Isn't that amazing? But the other ones, I got two skeins of his other colorway that he and I created together that is called Ginger Bear. And it's a feathering weight, and I have not yet decided what to do with it. I don't have it at the desk right now, but I will make a decision at some point. And oh, Renee, you love the shape of it. Actually, Renee, this pattern is in my Ravelry store, and it's been selling better than any other item that I have on Ravelry. I'm quite amazed. Let me just bring Lisa up.
Only if you're willing to do the third option along on the screen.
What's the third option?
We'll do the third option because right now I'm all squished in. Yay! Freedom!
Oh.
When you get
I haven't
you
done.
lose weight, and it's a false sense of security, feeling so skinny. It's nice to have the reality of stretching out. No, I amuse myself. That's the main thing.
Yeah, what must it be like to be you?
You don't want to know, David. You don't want to know.
Yeah, actually, Renee, I would love for you to. Actually, Renee, on my Instagram, I have other pictures of other examples of the same shawl, and of course, it's for sale at my Ravelry shop, store, page, whatever.
The thingy, what's it? That's not here.
Yes, my spinny Ravelry thingy.
Spinny Ravelry thingy.
Yes. Anyway, so
yeah, for someone that could not be bothered, didn't want to enter the giveaway, thinking because I don't win anything, I don't even get a chance. You're doing quite well with the entries.
Well, you said yourself that even if I get 20 entries, it's still a matter of chance.
One is a great chance, but if creators get on board with this, it's a huge thank you to them, as well as me being desperate and please help me with that final push.
And I also told you that if I do win, that I would turn down the prize because I don't want you to spend that money on postage.
And how many times have I said that? Tough. It's cheaper for me for postage than it is for Amazon. But if you win, let's face it, you could turn around and say, look, before you go buying a bag full of yarn for me, would you please donate the money or the proceeds instead to whatever animal shelter or charity? Nobody's saying you can't do that.
Actually, that's a very good idea. That is a very good idea. I would actually, I found the perfect. I've been talking about my pattern ebook project for charity, and I found the perfect recipient. And right now, I can't remember who it was. I have to look at my browser history to find it, but it was.
Is useless.
Yeah, I pretty much am. I mean, you know. Don't make me start singing Noel Coward at you.
Do you know what? I am so surprised that more creators haven't jumped on board. Distinctive Crochet, Priscilla, jumped on board with this giveaway thing and this shout out thing in abundance and knew exactly what was going on without, you know what I told you yesterday, David, with everyone's like completely off on a different tangent.
Oh, yeah.
Priscilla got it straight off, and she's got a lot of entries, right now, but it's amazing how many people have jumped with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, out of 72 people that I've emailed, 4 people have done something. 4. Does nobody like $50? Does nobody like yarn? I mean, someone scratch my back, please. I can't reach. Am I missing something in chat? Because AJ's going on safe travels. The last I saw, was
AJ
him
just
saying
left
hello.
work and is heading home.
So I'm really not getting chat then. What's going on?
Okay, I honestly, it's really hard to pay attention to chat and conversation, and I was just making some
So
notes
I'm so sorry. I'm so
as
sorry,
well.
David.
So
Disturbing your note taking.
you're not disturbing me.
Did you
Anyway,
never collaborate with YouTubers before? Collaborate. I'm doing a collaboration with Gina Knitting Turnpike and Ingrid's Inspirations, and I've done 3 collaborations with Ingrid now, and this is the first one where Gina's come on board. And I've also done a collaboration with one certain person whose birthday is today, and she decided to make it all one-sided, so it was me doing all the expenditure and she couldn't be bothered because she made out that my address doesn't exist. But we won't go into names. But yeah, there's been collaborations before.
remind me not to tell you when my birthday is.
I've got you.
I know I already have. But
You've got me. I've got you in my nosy notebook. Everyone loves her, and she's very, very, very selfish. Very selfish, very two-faced and selfish, nasty person. But yeah, collaborations with me, Reggie, are quite difficult because I'm not a designer. I'm not a pattern maker. When it comes to actually doing it crochet, I'm fairly slow. So I'm doing a cal at the moment with one person who wanted to do one-on-one with me, which I was quite chuffed with. But it's a slow thing because of time differences. But I am more than willing, if somebody can come up with something that is a feasible thing, heck yeah, I'd jump on board. Yeah, I need more than that, Chris. If someone can scratch my back, I would be overly thrilled to scratch theirs with both hands, you know?
do you two need a moment alone?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a moment alone?
Alone with myself. I'm never alone, David.
Oh, of course. When I did my unboxing when I had just gotten the yarns from Daniel, people were asking me if I needed a moment alone with the yarn.
Oh heck, there was one Happy Mail that I opened on live, which I wish I'd never done on live, because I just literally wanted to climb in the flipping box and just smother myself. I was so tempted after that live to go and just empty the box into the bath and go and lay in it for a bit, because I was so flipping not only overwhelmed, but the amazingness of the yarn that I'd got was just, this is never going to happen again. I need to revel in this, literally. But I didn't.
We have a perfectly lovely community around us. Even though I don't really, I will admit that I'm not very well off financially, but I've never asked for anything. But people send me gifts. People send you gifts. And spontaneously. One friend of our mutual acquaintance sent me a whole bunch of a particular yarn that I had wanted to make a sweater with. And that stuff's not cheap.
I remember talking about that, and I was like, he's going to be so damn thrilled.
I was blown away. That stuff is not cheap at all. And I wound up with a bunch of it. And I normally, except for I normally don't spend that much on yarn, except for the stuff that I bought from Daniel. But that's because he's so cute, I have to say. He
But he's at
is.
work, so
I'm
you're safe to
sorry.
say that.
I know. He's also already taken on the other side of the world and half my age, so it's completely safe. But
I've
and
got
he
more chance of that one, David, and we know the chances of that.
exactly with some of the others I choose, but it's funny, and we actually we talk every day online, on our phones, and he puts up with my annoying flirtation quite nobly.
Shouldn't have said that to me.
Uh-oh, I'm
That
so
just
sorry.
That just disappoints me.
What, that he puts up with me?
No, that you
disappoints
actually
you?
speak on the phone to somebody and you can be bothered to message somebody back when they message you. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't speak with him. We message back and forth. He doesn't.
Yeah. I message you plenty and you're like, oh, ignore that.
I'm sorry. Yes, indeed it is. Well, I knew I wasn't going to sleep.
Is she offering food? No. Sleep.
No.
Do they?
No.
Yes, thank you, Russell. You gave
Well,
David,
no, that was something different.
one of his entries. In fact, I think you were his first entry, and I'm sure he'd thank you for it if he wasn't talking to his sister.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on? What have I missed?
Russell was your first entry onto my spinny wheelie thingy.
I'm not surprised. He also, based on my recommendation, he also bought some of Daniel's yarn.
Renee, you need a Swift and a ball winder to turn those beautiful hanks into a cake, and then they can be used. Or you stand over somebody that's holding the hank out and open like that, and you literally go round them, or they hold it like that and you go round them and form your own ball or
actually
cake.
I have done it with the hank spread on the backs of two chairs.
Back of a chair, yeah.
And balled it up myself. Yeah, so it's possible.
Yeah, you've just got to open the hank up, because if you try and use it as it is, even if you untwist it,
it's going to tangle up.
With major yarn bath.
Yeah. So, and I actually, because I had ordered these hanks from Daniel, I also bought a yarn swift. Yarn swifts are not cheap. You can get really cheap ball winders, but a swift is not cheap. What was that?
I had the joking fit on me cup of tea.
Uh-oh. Russell, you didn't. You bought that much? Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, she'd just walk away, Chris. It's not that you're probably thinking that she'd play with it and chase it through the house and I'd end up yarn everywhere. No, she'd just look at me and then go and walk off. That'd be it.
No.
She's one of those cats. But that's fine by me. It's fine by me. So what are you doing up so early, late, David?
I wasn't going to sleep. I knew I wasn't going to sleep, so I thought I would do something useful. And I got to chat with all of you.
Reggie's saying that she got one for €8. I think the one that I got, luckily it was a happy mail because I wouldn't have bought one that soon, but I got a blue one for about the same price, and it's absolutely bleeding brilliant.
Oh, thank you, Linda. You're so sweet.
Oh, morning, Linda.
The Swift that I got was a bit more than €8. Because it's hard to, if you get one that's
really good one, then yes, it's going to cost you more than a couple
of
dollars. But
you know what they say: buy nice or buy twice,
or thrice, or
exactly.
But hey, look, when you gifted something, you take it and you're bleeding appreciative if it works for what you need it for. And I'm bleeding appreciative of mine.
Oh, I'm sure you are. And I did look at your video and I was thrilled to see your mannequin there.
Oh,
I can't remember the name, but
Rojane Bourgeat. Her name is Rojane Bourgeat.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
Look, if it
mine has a simple name. Mine is Lady Jane Grey. Rojane Bourgeat.
Rojane Bourgeat. Well done. Well done.
Well, I had 4 semesters of French.
I had to pay tribute to the people that helped me get her. So there were about 7 of us that were throwing around ideas. These are the names. What do we do with them? And Rojane Bourgeat is everybody's names mixed up.
Okay. Russell is leaving us. He has to go back to work, apparently, which is a shame. But yeah.
And then prep for my live today at 12. I'm determined to flip and be there. I haven't been there for a little while. Who is that?
12 Eastern.
Would you like to see Rojane Bourgeat, René?
Rojane Bourgeat.
Rojane Bourgeat. It just seems so right saying it in a French accent because it worked.
Ja, natürlich. I always revert to German because that's my best foreign language.
Das ist wunderbar.
Ja, natürlich. I can say that all day long.
You're going to come out with ja, natürlich. Yeah, naturally.
Ja, natürlich. Yeah.
Let me go and see if I can heft it over here. Hang on. Without you seeing anything. Hang on. Move
Very nice. Yeah. Now, I wish mine actually was in a solid color, because mine has that sort of a tapestry kind of or upholstery fabric on it.
Are we allowed to have nakedness on this channel?
I'm not monetized. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I can't believe you exposed
I
that.
asked first.
What, you didn't think I was going to have a mock reaction?
I love her so much.
Now I really do think you need a moment alone.
And I hate her because she's got the body I've never had, but I was this slim at some point. But I love her because she goes with my decor as well. With her silveriness, my back wall where she's against is silvery and glitzy. So she goes bleeding perfectly. I'm going to put her back and get her dressed again. So bear with me.
Okay, that's fine.
Rojane.
Renee, what part of Texas? Renee is in Texas. I was in Dallas for a time. And we have other friends who are in Texas. I think Fiber Floozy is near Dallas, but I don't know exactly where.
Where in Texas? Where in Texas? I want to know where in Texas.
I was just asking Renee. So Renee's in Dallas. Dallas proper. Or when I was there, it was Dallas improper.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Reggie. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Because that was far more offensive and lascivious than what you see on television in the Netherlands. I'm quite sure.
Look,
or in Germany,
let's face it, you've got to be grateful that it wasn't me, because even I scare my own self out my skin when I pass a mirror by accident.
Okay. Let's Renee is asking where we are.
Backlight is blinding. Look, be grateful, Chris. Be glad.
Yeah. We takes what we gets, and we is grateful. Yeah. I mean,
so if I do that, it's going to be worse.
Yeah, you were fine before, but So, yeah, Renee is asking where we all are. I am now in Wilmington, North Carolina, although I spent a time in Dallas, and I actually enjoyed Dallas and would not mind living in Dallas again. Liz is in California, Southern California, if I'm not mistaken.
And I'm in the very, very, very centre of England, which once upon a time used to be the capital of England, UK, but now is not. And we're grateful.
And let me see if I can remember Northumberland.
You got the first 5 letters right.
Nor something. Anyway.
Northamptonshire.
Northamptonshire? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yeah, family in Greensboro. Yeah. That Greensboro is a couple of hours drive from me. UNC Greensboro, by the way, has a very good music school. I wish I had gone.
What? No. I'll see you later.
What was that?
Oh,
I thought you lived alone.
Told me off for not keeping her straight. She's slightly tilted toward the door, and she's not keen on it because she's got to turn her head to look.
Oh, the poor dear! It must be awful for her.
Well, I mean, come on, she's in this environment, and most of the time it's green atmosphere around here. You've got to feel sorry for her.
Indeed. So, where's everybody else from? Now,
I'm originally from Germany. Do you guys know that?
I did know that.
Originally. From the
AJ, who is, even as we speak, driving home from work, he's in San Diego. So he's not online right now, but I hope he logs back on when he gets home. And who else is with us?
That's a hint if ever I heard one. Let's hope AJ comes up. I need relief from this.
I said nothing of the sort.
I heard those cogs turning, David. I know you.
I don't know what you heard, but it was certainly not in my head. It might have been in yours, but I can't take responsibility for the voices in your head.
Oh, look, I've only got 2. I've only got 2 voices.
Oh, really?
And they both say the same thing, which annoys me. I recently did ancestral DNA and my results are confusing. What came up, Renee? I love that sort of thing. Love it.
It is interesting.
Our past makes what we are right now.
And those who refuse to learn from history are bound to repeat it.
Yeah. I mean, I nod and say yeah, and almost every sentence that comes out of my mouth when I'm not on camera, I hear my mother and I'm like, ugh.
I'm turning into my dad in many ways.
Only we can change it, but changing genes, molecular level chemistry is not my thing.
Exactly. And it's interesting. People look at old family photos, and I don't see it myself, but they see like both grandfathers in my face, and I don't. But that's because I'm a little closer to my face than they are.
Yeah, you've got a different viewpoint completely. You see
exactly
what you see, and other people see more outside the box. You see flaws and sometimes the good bits, but
exactly.
Yeah.
There is a picture of my maternal grandmother when she was very young, and it looks very much like my sister when she was young. And it's amazing. It is. And I look at some of my cousins. My one aunt had 4 girls. Each one of them, even though each one has a unique look, each one of them, I look at them and I see my aunts.
See, so something I've never understood. I don't get it. I don't get it. my sister used to take after my father, but very quickly turned into my mother. Very quickly. I take after my father, but I look nothing like him, but I look and sound very much like my mother. But my sister and I, you could not put us together. Like, there is no way you'd say we were related. And I don't get it. Don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to, like, when my sister and I were like out shopping or something, and I would say, "Have you seen somebody who looks like my sister?" Because when we were younger, we're less than a year apart. We looked like twins. But now that we're at our current age, especially since we live together, we sort of look more like husband and wife, which we're not going to go any further with that thought. But it's I don't see it so much. But then again, our older sister, who is really a half sister because my mother was married before she married my dad, our dad. She is the very image of my mother in so many ways. And that sort of thing is fascinating to me. And I used to see, when I was like in school, and like in high school, and we were like in our family church, and I would see other families, and I would see kids who were my contemporaries, and I knew their parents, and it would just so make sense that combination made this kid. You know what I mean? Because it was so obvious visually. And I'm not that close with my extended family, not as much as I was when we were kids, and I wish I were, but it is what it is. But you see that sometimes. And anyway, moving right along. So Renee says, okay, Renee and Chris are talking about her DNA results. Now she says that she has evidence that there is Cherokee history in her. Cherokee wasn't, you know that, Lisa.
I've got Cherokee in my family.
Really?
Oh. My grandmother gave birth after having connections with the Cherokee, who very quickly ran away again. But the offspring, oh my gosh, absolutely flipping beautiful family. Beautiful. But yeah, so there's Cherokee. It's not in me, but it's in my family. It's beautiful.
Now, Renee is saying that she has heard of another specific DNA type that is specifically for Native Americans or American Indians or whatever we're calling them this week. That was a horrible thing to say. I apologize. Please don't blast me.
It's true. In a sense, it's true, though. What can be the right thing to say right this minute? Tomorrow, when your video's already out there and done, it could be something completely different, and you could be slated for saying it. But at the time of recording, it is true. It is
exactly. And I know of Black people who don't like the term African American. Hey, Coco, glad to see you. I know of Black people who don't like the term African American because their heritage is more Caribbean than African. Although, if you go back more centuries, there is the African thing, but they identify more with the Caribbean heritage. So, and African American.
There's a lot of denial in that as well, isn't there? There's a lot of, I'm nothing to do with them, even if they are. They don't want to be cast into that mold. I would rather be this than that. So this is what I am, even if I'm not.
And also African American, generally speaking, usually implies a history of people who were brought directly to the US as slaves from Africa, which is different from those who were in the Caribbean.
Already there.
And there's an extremely rich history in the Caribbean that I only know a sliver of, and I wish I knew more. I have a good friend from Barbados who is a Black man, and his heritage is there in Barbados. And he is an amazing fiction writer. He's the one who actually got me started writing. He encouraged me to write. And at the time I was going, what do I write about? And then I started writing about opera. And, it all took off then. And then you couldn't stop me from writing. But anyway, but reading his fiction just tells of the really rich storytelling heritage of his family and all of the generations that were there in Barbados. And I don't know what he was doing in New York, but he, oh God, I need to reach out to him because I do miss him. Because I'm always raving about him. His writing is amazing. But anyway, moving right along. But yeah, I mean, there are so many different directions that history goes, and Americans, probably not only Americans, but Americans in particular, because I know a little bit about Americans, like to think in very simple terms. So it's like black, white, on, off, true, false, 1, 2, and Americans don't do well with subtlety. So
I think that encompasses the English. I think we try very, as a rule, I mean, obviously there's always exceptions to rules, but as a rule, we tend to give more hint than be direct. I mean, ignore me, I'm German, I don't count. But it's normally very subtle and hints and don't want to step on toes. And if you pass somebody, it's, oh, I'm sorry, as you go past, or we're very, very careful. It's all eggshells. But black and white, not really. Thankfully.
Yeah, we
take care, Reggie.
We think of things in like black and white, this binary thing, but at the same time, we will cross the street to avoid thinking that we've hurt your feelings. We want to think that we're kind. We don't care about your feelings. We want to think of ourselves as kind,
I just want to point out something that Renee's just come out
What
with.
is that?
That I need Renee to clarify something. So Renee said earlier, 53% England, 40% Irish, and 7% Scottish, right? And then says, I love Scotland and Ireland, says nothing about England. England's just bypassed. Loves everywhere apart from England.
Actually, it's interesting. Yeah, actually, that is interesting. I love her list of places to visit. Someone in an earlier live was asking me where would I like to visit that I have not yet been. And for me, that would be Ireland, because I haven't been to Ireland. I've been to England and Scotland. I've been to Germany. I've been to Austria. I would gladly go back to any of those places.
What about Wales? Wales?
I've never been to Wales. I would gladly visit Wales.
Part and parcel of the UK?
Well, of course, of course. Did I ever tell you this? I'm sure I did. I
The
had
UK is Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and England, Renee. So when you said Ireland and Scotland and the UK, you were basically saying all of it all in the UK anyway. But I was just teasing. I was just messing because that's what I do. I'm sorry.
Lisa does that sometimes.
Sometimes, damn, complimented.
Yeah, that was that American subtlety that we're not known for. That's because I watch so much British entertainment. Anyway, UK and England are not the same place. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I think I've mentioned this to you before. I had this fantasy of doing this road trip based on all the locations that the Two Fat Ladies filmed. They went to some amazing places that were just stunningly beautiful. Hi, Ingrid. Glad to see you. Um,
Goeiemorgen, Ingrid.
Let's
Can you think of one of the places from the top of your head? Just one, not 20, one that it's like, do you know what that really is? If I had the money now, that'd be it there.
There was one, I don't remember the town name, but it was on the coast of Cornwall. It was actually, I think it was the very first one where they did seafood. And that was back when they were doing this sort of, they were trying to maintain a narrative where, okay, we're stepping in and cooking for other people. And they gave up that after, I don't know, a season or two.
Oh, Mevagissey.
That's exactly it. Yes. And I would love to visit that. And then there's another one. There was a convent in...
See, I said one. I knew he'd go into more. I knew it.
Well,
it's your channel. You're allowed.
Okay, then. I won't say any more.
Oh, no, there's no... I wouldn't be smiling and laughing and whatever if you'd offended. Renee, don't be silly. No. I think Coco said in her live yesterday, I think it's impossible to offend me. Almost. Yeah, almost impossible.
You do have a great sense of perspective. And know how to take every kind of comment.
If you can slate yourself, you can take a lot on the chin, and I've got a couple of spare, so you know.
But then on the other hand, there are a lot of us who do the self-deprecating thing just to beat other people at it, and when they weren't even thinking about it, and
that's
so that makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and I fall into that trap, and I make people uncomfortable. And so I'm still trying to learn to not say those things because they only sound funny in my head. They never sound funny when they come out.
Yeah, in my head, I'm going, yeah, you, and everyone else is going, Lisa, that's not true. That's not right. Why would you say that? Don't put yourself down. And I'm like, yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, but it's not.
Oh, hello, Aman Hashmi.
Aman, welcome in.
Yeah.
See now, Chris, I just want to slap him, but I can't. There's too many pixels in the way.
Uh-oh. Okay. That's true, though.
It would take an outright insult, meaning to hurt to a family. Yeah, if you were to say, I've got to be careful here because I don't want it to happen from trolls. But if somebody mentions one person nastily, yeah, I'm going to be offended. And if somebody says that my opinion isn't right and I am thinking stupid or pathetic. I'm sorry, it's my opinion, and I will always turn around and say, this is my opinion, my personal opinion. Doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's the gospel, it's my opinion. But if someone kind of slants me for that, screw them.
You know what a big trigger for me is when somebody suggests that my feelings are wrong.
Oh, I know somebody else like that.
And, you know, if I should not feel that way, or,
yeah.
And, that gets me going.
There's a mutual for both of us that has very much got grr with me, because I said, hang on, you're coming across very this emotion. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with me. How dare you say there's something wrong? Okay, sorry. You know, because I made the mistake of saying how they were feeling. That was...
Well, that I understand what you're saying there, but that's not exactly what I mean.
Similar. It's along the same. It's along the same.
Yeah, it is. It is along the same lines, where I am feeling something and it comes across to someone else,
That's wrong.
And
you shouldn't.
Then somebody says, you should not feel that way.
Yeah,
and
you shouldn't be like that over dogs. That's sick. You should be around people more, and that will help you. Forget the dogs. Be around people. There we go. See, there's the face. That's what happens. That's what happens. But David knows it wasn't meant. He knows.
I knew what you were doing, but it just brought back memories.
See? Some people are too easily offended. Yeah.
I might be one of those. I don't mind.
You are one of those. It's not eggshells with
those.
You, thankfully. It's more ostrich shells, but you know, they're still shells.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Barb was saying that she had deleted comments that I never knew about in live streams before, that she said were hateful.
Mm-hmm.
I would sort of rather not have known they were there at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, nobody told me that that's what happens with success.
Someone else probably won't. I mean, there's been a couple of times in a similar situation where I've been like, oh, that was nasty. That shouldn't have been allowed. Oh, no, we've got a joke going. Oh, no, that's fine. It's a joke. But that was nasty. Yeah, but it's okay because it's blah, blah, blah.
I was in a live stream earlier, and I have absolutely no idea what happened, but I was being me. The host was appreciating me being me. And then suddenly I was kicked out. And I have no idea why.
I think especially at the beginning when we were first getting to know you, because we didn't know you, we didn't know your personality, and we didn't know you're quite
snarky, cheeky.
It's not just, it goes a little bit to the sharp end of sarky. And it is funny when you've got that. I've got that humor, so I kind of get it. But to have somebody say that when we don't know your personality properly yet, it's nasty. It is nasty, which is why I offend a lot of people without meaning to. It's because they don't know my personality yet. And when you first come across, you're hard to take, David. You are hard to take. But in a different globe than I'm hard to take. But as we get to know you, it's you, and it's what makes you you, and it's not nasty, and it's not offensive. It's called you being yourself and having an opinion and saying it how it bleeding is.
Yeah. And, you know, I know that. I know that. And do you know, one time I made a comment in a Facebook group that was removed. and I chatted with the original poster of the to whom I was commenting. And I recognized that what I said was inappropriate and I should not have said it. She said, "Oh no, I'm not hurt at all."
Oh, I know.
And then, wait, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But then later, or probably the same day, I don't know. In the same, I don't know that they knew that I was able to see her tell the other moderators of that group that she was indeed hurt. So she
Yeah.
was telling me she wasn't and telling others she was. And that hurt more than having the actual comment removed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember that time. It tore you up.
No, that wasn't the only thing. It was the beginning of my winter of discontent.
Yeah, there you go. It tore you up.
It wasn't what triggered my winter of discontent.
No.
But it was at that time. At the same time. And it did upset me very much. But there were other things that were going on that also upset me very much.
See, I'm going to say something that's going to offend some, but the person it's aimed at knows full well. Ingrid, it's because you're a bleeding weirdo.
Yeah.
Some negative comments could be constructive despite the intent. If it's semi-constructive, yeah, I so agree with you, Coco.
No,
but if
I understand that,
outright
Coco.
slashing you, screw them.
Yeah,
They can be deleted.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, we've probably spent too much time on this topic already. Let's talk about puppies.
Well, my puppies this morning are a little bit sweaty, I have to say.
That's not exactly what I meant.
Oh, I will be being specific.
I was talking about the four-legged kind.
Mine haven't got legs yet. They're nearly down to my legs, but they haven't got 4 legs yet.
But anyway.
There's so much deep breathing from David. I've let her up. I need to breathe. Coco, by the looks of things, you need some sleep, girl. Oh, when you've done a shout out, of course, because you need to get on my spinny wheelie thingy.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You need to beat David, because David's sending all his to charity. I mean, come on.
Hello, Cindy the Crocheter.
Hi, Cindy. Cindy, you are weird. You gave me a compliment the other day. I mean, that's weird in itself. I mean, hello.
Have you met Lisa?
I know, right?
I don't know. I'm just...
You definitely have more than me, Renee. And you've got more than David.
More what than either of us? Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what was going on with that thing earlier tonight, and in the end, I don't really have to. It's okay.
20 grandchildren, that's a heck of a lot of money out for Christmas and birthdays, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. I was one of 15, but then my mother was one of 5. So
See, I'm one of 2, and I'm almost certain that neither of it. No, there ain't going to be no kids this side, but the other side there could be 20 already. I don't know.
Oh, hey AJ, you're back.
You
want to get a basset hound? Oh my goodness, I can think of nothing cuter than a picture of you with a basset hound.
Perfect, AJ. If you can get on that spinny wheelie thingy even a couple of times, you know, you're in with a chance. Even once, get that entry in.
Yeah. So
thank you.
What was I saying before? I don't remember.
We're talking about puppies and then grandkids. and
Yeah.
Cindy wanting to be a weirdo.
Well, most people say they want to be weirdos usually are.
Yeah.
So they don't have to try very hard. I mean, I know that's my experience.
No. It's not licorice all sort. Bassett's licorice all sorts, Ingrid. The Basset Hound is a dog. It's a dog. It's a woof woof. The woof woof. Sorry. So is AJ coming back up then?
I don't know. Let me just post the link again.
I know David's Hope is there.
Hope is where?
I'm not sure, but it's somewhere. Where?
Oh, no, why? Yeah, I was, what was I going to say? Excuse me. I can't remember what I was going to say. I have, Alzheimer's
You can't
disease.
eat them, Ingrid. That's not what they're for.
Basset
Ingrid
hounds?
eats
I
them.
hope not.
She just wants to eat them.
No.
It's not right.
No.
It's not right.
No. Anyway, I probably should call it a night because I am beginning to fade.
Oh, heck no. Nowhere near Sin. Well, I say nowhere near, and near to you. I may well tell you how many kilometres, miles away it is, and you go, "Oh yeah, that's quite close." For me, no, it's quite away.
Oh, okay. No, you were
David's
not
ready
responding
for
to my statement, but yeah, I was saying I am fading and should probably go to bed soon.
He fades to grey. He fades to grey.
Oh, have you seen this? I'm gray already. I don't have to fade to that. It looks like I just haven't shaved for a few days.
What about the wrinkly dogs? No, you can't eat them either, Cindy. What is it with you people? This is animal abuse up in here. I'm sure I can't hate link, but it wouldn't.
Oh, that's
work.
interesting. Aman tried to get onto my Hat Not Hate link and couldn't. That's curious because other people have been. There's been a lot of traffic there, so I don't know what's going on there. I would only say try again later. And if you...
Where is it? Is it in your description?
No, it's in my community tab.
Let me go and have a nosy, see if it works for me. The Hat Not Hate one, yeah?
Yep.
Only 2 people have gone with your post. Oh dear.
Which post is that?
Your shout out. Well, it's not a shout out because it's just a post and people don't really.
Oh, for you? Yeah.
Yeah. Hat Not Hate contest. Read to the end. I would if it would open up, but it doesn't open up. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I can't get to it because it doesn't open up.
Okay, hold on a second.
And I can show you that just as a proofy thing.
I believe you. Okay, there's the direct link. No, I don't need to see it, Lisa.
Oh, okay.
There's a direct link. So let me know
on
if
the
that
community
works.
tab, it's just the first line. Yeah, it's the same. It's exactly.
There was no video, Coco. There was no video. It was all on the community tab. It was all a post.
Which link? Oh, yeah, you've got to open it up. So that works, but you've got to click on you when you first go onto it. You've got 2 lines, and then it looks like part of the post. If you go down to the bottom left, it says read more, and it doesn't stand out. It isn't separate from the rest of it. Bottom left, it says read more. Click read more, and it'll open the entire post up.
So that the link that I just posted does not open the entire
no,
thing.
It has it all closed up. You can see the comments, and you can see the first 2 lines, and that's it. And I think it's going to be difficult for someone on a phone to do that, I think. Take care, Renee. Sweet dreams.
Anyway, if something needs to happen, then I will fix it tomorrow, because I do need to sort of get horizontal right now. Otherwise, I'm going to be horizontal in front of you, and nobody wants that.
I don't know what on the community page. I can't do it, but from that link, yeah, you've got to find those two words, read me, and click it. To
Read
open
more, yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, people usually don't.
The thing is, it's like I said, it just doesn't stand out though. It's not underlined or bold or in any different typeface. It looks like it's part of the post, and you're like,
I was
okay,
actually thinking about making a new video about it, because I did regret doing it as a post instead of a video. So I think I will do that tomorrow. Just make a new video.
Generally speaking, people ignore posts. It's not a video. It's just more advertising, and people don't like advertising, so people ignore it. So when you shout people out with posts, they're usually ignored.
Hello, Ariel Williams.
Welcome in, Ariel.
I'm sorry to have to tell you that I'm about to leave, and we're about to close up this whole.
And AJ was going to come in before he went to bed.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay.
I want to get you on the spinny wheelie thingy, AJ. Cannot come up. Everyone in the house is sleeping. You could come up and be completely silent, and we can play charades. We'll go now. What's AJ trying to say now? And you can mime it all out.
Anyway, I'm going to close up shop and lie down for a bit, and you know, I will have the dual satisfaction of having enjoyed all of you and also having aggravated my sister.
Can I drop my link before we run away?
Of course.
Merci.
Is it working? Are you blue?
Oh, I was blue a long time ago. I was your first bluey.
That's what I thought. Yes. Okay. There we go. And there's the link for my Hat Not Hate contest as well. Anyway, so we're going to close up, and I hope to see all of you soon, and I'm glad that you came here. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up and comment and share and do all of that standard YouTube crap. And keep coming back, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye now.
Take care, take care, take care. Night-night.
Bye.